Hello, let's talk about RSS. Today, we are going to analyze an article written by Suhas Palshikar, a very prominent Indian political scientist. This article was published by the Indian Express on 23rd October 2020. In this brilliantly written article, Palshikar talks about two key achievements of RSS. These two key achievements are as follow: reshaping Hinduism and creating a uniform Hindu identity. The second one is strategic takeover of social space, social landscape. Let's talk about the first major achievement of the RSS. It is to twist and transform the meaning of Hinduism. From its early days, RSS has always been deeply inspired by its ideological adversaries, Islam and Christianity. These two religions are based on monotheism and certain universal features. So what RSS has done, according to Suhas Palshikar, RSS has always tried to imitate them. It's ideological adversaries in shaping Hindu sensibilities. Other than monotheistic religions, RSS has also been inspired by European idea of nationalism. Combining these two key urges, Hindutva has sought to intervene in the bewildering diversity of ideas and practices that are adopted by different groups claiming to be Hindus. In order to bring homogeneity, this chaotic looking diversity, Hindutva has offered two pathways. One is One is that of nationalism, based on an identity that is named as Hindu identity. This identity is often predicated on the idea of the other and deep suspicion of that other. Other and deep suspicion of that other. In this sense, the idea of we acquires strength from exclusion rather than inclusion. And that is the reason we can call it an exclusionary approach. Then RSS talks about or tries to inculcate among Indians loyalty to one symbol. What is that? Hindutva has also sought to redefine the meaning of being a Hindu. Particular symbolisms have been popularized as pan-Hindu. Since the Ram Janam Bhoomi movement that was started in 1980s, late 1980s by Vishwa Hindu Parishad, and later on it was embraced by uh, Bharatiya Janata Party led by Lal Krishna Advani. An effort was undertaken to identify a particular idea of Lord Ram as the core of being. Geographically and across social hierarchies, Lord Ram may have had different connotations, but a particular image of the deity was popularized as a symbol of common religiosity. Thus, Hindus came to be identified with loyalty to this symbol. Hindutva is currently engaged in a more complex project. It seeks to ensure that local deities and traditions are nationalized. This project involves an unprecedented homogenization of traditions and practices in a manner that disconnects those traditions from their local meanings and reference points, converting them into regional codes and facilitating the construction of a new all India idea of the Hindu. Palshikar says that by doing this, what RSS is doing is demoting a civilization to the status of a religion based nation. In other words, the notion that being Hindu could evolve into a non-local uniform identity suggests a significant shift from the traditionally diverse expressions of Hindus. Let's now talk about the second key achievement of RSS or Hindutva project, takeover of the entire social space. RSS was never confined to only the religious, cultural, or the political. It has practically been everywhere. In each sphere of public life, Hindutva floated parallel organizations of its own. For example, it has its student wing in the form of ABVP. It has got Bharati Mazdoor Sangh. It has Vanvasi Kalyan Ashram. It has different other organizations, Vidya Bharati. Simultaneously, it ensured a presence for its sympathizers and supporters. The presence of its supporters in all walks of life meant that through them, its ideas would continue to penetrate the mainstream and gain slow legitimacy. Now, RSS also has got supportive infrastructure. So, while it continued to have sympathizers in the media, among Congress politicians, judges, and bureaucrats, RSS also made sure that it would be ready with an alternative social sphere through its own media, think tanks, banks, trend centers, schools, policy organizations, and so on. Today, when Hindutva is becoming the only game in town, it's no wonder that film stars and sports persons, scientists, and army personnel are queuing up to join various pro Hindutva outfits. That is why stories of Gandhi being influenced by the RSS, Ambedkar being pro Hindutva abound, and instances such as Jayaprakash Narayan certifying the patriotism of the RSS are flaunted. Getting known RSS persons to address RSS gatherings is a famous practice that lured even an ex-president supposed to be a lifelong Congress person. The reference is to Pranab Mukherjee, happened to be uh, who happens to be ex-president of India. Opponents of RSS or critics of RSS may have historically ridiculed these practices, but today they would do well to take into account the social capital Hindutva has gained from these. Now, the capture of the social sphere moves to another level. Sections of the social sphere that are opposed to Hindutva are being eased out, allowing Hindutva to become coterminous with the social sphere in its entirety. Like the Hindutva ideology is going to be a default Indian ideology very soon. For the RSS, the awkward relationship with Narendra Modi, notwithstanding, the Modi period has offered a golden moment precisely at a time when Hindutva has already penetrated the social sphere. Deep penetration into social sphere or deep penetration of RSS into Indian society. That is what we need to pick up from. This is because now under state patronage, Hindutva can declare its version of Hindu religion as the official version and can preside over the social sphere where competing views will have no elbow. Thank you very much. I hope you could have